Keith in Hexham has texted, Michael Savage has been made an example of unfairly. The UK harbours plenty of Muslims who incite hatred against the West. Smith is a hypocrite.
Yeah, and they haven't been banned. I mean, you've got people who murdered who are not banned from England. How about Kim Jong-il? Would he be permitted to travel to the UK? Or Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, who said he wants to wipe all the Jews off the map? Would he be permitted to travel to the UK? So, as you can see, this is absurd. Now, to say that the British have lifted the ban on Michael Savage and free speech is strengthened is not 100% true yet. I wish it were true. I thought it was true Saturday night. But it was only when I got a letter from my lawyer that I learned it may not be true, because all that we learned so far is that they're no longer going to publish the list. Said the new Home Secretary said that the new Home Secretary was opposed to the publication of the list, not the list itself or the banning of those on it. The article didn't say that he would lift the ban on Michael Savage. So, again, I want to thank you and caution you. I wish I could celebrate with you today. But I have to keep fighting. And it's been 90 days of hell. Many of you say, oh, yeah, great publicity. All right, you try it someday. You try someday living in my shoes, walk in my moccasins for 90 days, and tell me it's a lot of fun. So the fact of the matter is it's not a lot of fun, but I have to follow this. I have to, follow it through to the end, because I made a commitment that nobody's ever going to put me into a gas chamber. Let me be very clear. I'm not going into a boxcar. I'll kill 3 of them before they put me in a boxcar. That's a metaphorical statement. You see, I want to be very personal about this. 6 million Jews were killed, tortured, gassed, shot by the Nazis in World War II. Had only 100,000 of them gotten a gun when Hitler came to power and shot a Gestapo agent in the face when they came to take them away, there would not have been a Holocaust. I have studied this inside and out. I've studied this since I'm a boy. The Germans did it very quietly. They went to the Jews and they said, you must come with us or report to the police station. And they went like sheep. And their children were killed in front of their eyes, and their hair was then used in packing guns or whatever. If every Jew had gotten the 22, and when the nice German officer came and said, are you ready for us, Mr. Schmiedel? And Mr. Schmiedel said, sure, one more moment, please, and came out blasting, that would have been the end of the Holocaust, because the Germans didn't want a mess. It would have upset the rest of the middle class in Germany, who was not behind this, by the way. And if you say, what does this have to do with Jackie Smith? It has everything to do with Jackie Smith. Let me be very clear. Let me be really clear. What she did was fascistic, and she did it on her own. And if you think that liberals are incapable of being fascist, then I have another guest coming for you. All the fascism that's raging in the West right now is coming from the leftists, not from the right. All of the fascism that is raging in the West today is coming from so-called liberals who would like to ban speech, imprison people, re-educate people, force taxation down people's throats. This is all fascism. So I am the canary in the cave. But I made a commitment that if, God forbid, we ever saw this coming to America in any form, in the most minute form, I would fight it till I was dead. And let me tell you something. The liberals have brought fascism back in fashion. And so I'm fighting for myself and for everyone listening to the show and for millions of liberals who may detest everything I stand for. No, you didn't fight for me, but I fought for you. Sure, I fought for myself. For if I'm not for myself, who will be? And if I'm only for myself, what am I? I'm much bigger than myself. God put me in this position for a reason. Many of my listeners who are religious understand that. There's a reason for us to be on earth. And if you've been dealt a pack of cards and one of those cards comes up a way you don't want it, you got to deal with the joker. Nobody helped me except my listeners. The worst of them all was a First Amendment attorney who said to me, for $350,000, I might be able to get your name off the list. That was the worst moment of my entire 90 days. Somebody who I thought actually believed in freedom of speech. A liberal who walks around and postures about the First Amendment wanted $350,000 from me to smear somebody to get my name off the list. I walked away from him. I said, no, I don't need to pay anyone off to get my name off a list. I'm an innocent man. I thought you believed in something. I thought you believed in freedom of speech. I have not yet met a liberal who believes in anything. They're liars. They're hypocrites. But more importantly, they're very dangerous.
Savage.